Hello everybody, here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV. I'm going to get this mic closer to me, Pawpaw. There we go.
I'll let you have it.
And also BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Like we've been saying, folks, get on there and subscribe on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel. You can see every episode of the Albert and Billy Show on there, as well as all the other Channel 18 BTC Fiber original shows. So be sure to check that out. Go to the YouTube page and subscribe and like.
Got a great year this year lined up on Channel 18.
Yeah,
Big
for
stuff.
sure. Yeah. And if you can comment, just be nice, you know. So far, they've all been really nice. We appreciate that. We just want to keep it that way, don't we,
Are
Papa?
you suggesting they not be honest?
No, if it's going to be mean, no.
People can be mean on.
Exactly. How could they
We don't
hate
need to-
Albert and
we don't
Billy?
need to.
Come on now. How could you hate us? Come on now.
There's only one reason I can think, and that's sports of all sorts. But I just look over it, so I'm okay with it. No, I'm just teasing.
Well, we got a lot of comments. I was telling y'all about the Testicle Festival. I'm going to try to say it with a straight face, but it's hard to do. But we got some, new information on the Testicle Festival by Georgie. They've got a location, the Lucky Star, baby. The Lucky Star, which is a beautiful place. I've always called the Lucky Star, like, Bledsoe County's, best kept secret. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful place. I've bartended events there before. A great place, and they're going to have the festival. It doesn't give a date though in the paper, so we'll try to find that out. I don't really know what the original date was set up for, but
Can we explain more about what that means?
yeah,
so
I'm going to read this.
Okay.
After Testicle Festival organizers were told they need to seek approval from the City of Pikeville Board of Mayor and Alderman before advertising a festival, they decided to move the proposed location, which was going to be originally at the fairgrounds. It's going to be at the Lucky Star event venue. The Lucky Star is an event venue in the Cold Springs area, north of Pikeville, off of Upper East Valley Road. Really more closer to 9 Mile, actually.
So it'd be a county instead of a city event.
Yeah. And they have campground sites. Like, if you've never been to the Lucky Star, folks, I absolutely recommend you go. Beautiful place. And the Testicle Festival, which is being advertised by Scenic City Veterinary Service, is a fundraiser, and this is what it's about. It's for the vet practice that specializes in large animal livestock medicine, providing services and procedures in surrounding counties on regular and emergency appointments. The fundraiser is supposed to help better equip their mobile service to purchase an ultrasound machine for many different uses, according to the event website. Event organizers say the event will proceed as planned, and get this. The event will proceed as planned with a band, beer, and balls. So they say they now have options for on-site camping at the Lucky Star. I'm just reading what's on there, guys, That's what it said. Band, beer, and balls, that's what it says.
You didn't have to
That's in the
repeat it.
newspaper, by the way.
Yeah, it is. The festival is...
Sandy, you printed it.
Yeah, she did. That's what they give her, I'm sure. The festival is free for those 10 and under. $10 for everyone else. Tickets can be purchased at sceniccity.events2021.com, and more information on the festival can be found at that website, or you can check out the Lucky Star Facebook page. They're located on 6086 Upper East Valley Road, Pikeville. So they are going to have it. We just got to find out a date. Just get all the information's there, but when. So we got.
It was being clipped. It was being clipped here in town, though, right? It was.
Yeah.
They said they couldn't happen.
It's clipped, but it's good. It's going to happen at the Lucky Star. So, hey, there we go.
I think it was last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already over with.
No, it's not over with yet. And
Me.
you can also read Farmers Market back in business. They're back
Sit 'em on
open.
the floor in there. Yeah, just sit
And,
on the floor.
It was on April the 3rd. They had a large crowd and a full pavilion
you.
of vendors. The turnout was so great that a few vendors even sold out of their product. So that's good.
Wow.
I was there at
That's
lunchtime and they were
according to
sold
market
out.
manager. Good. That's
Sold out.
great.
Thank you.
That's according to market manager Caitlin Case Bruning, and she thanked us for mentioning that on our show last week. You're welcome.
A sweet
You're
lady.
welcome.
I got to have an
Mhm.
interview with her, and it'll be for Channel 18 Valley, and it was she's just a really special young lady. I know her family too, by the way. So
we're kin to her actually. That's
Yeah, you are.
Scott
That's right.
Case's daughter.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
just set them right
Yeah.
down there.
Oh,
You're gonna hurt yourself.
I remember her.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
She said she estimated the market had just under 200 visitors throughout the day, which is great. 18 vendors. The market's big change this year was staying open an hour later than prior years, from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. to accommodate more visitors. The music entertainment delighted guests from the stylings of Joe Blaylock and Danny Boy Perkins playing music in the Crylock Picking Corner. I like that.
I do too.
Musical, let's see, so that was a musical entertainment. Lauren and B Photography was accompanied by the Easter Bunny. I think that might have been your second favorite grandson, Caleb, but
I
it was
know
Easter Bunny.
it is. I know that.
Me and him had a good time
his
too.
favorite grandson's right here.
Me and Caleb had a good time. He was a bunny.
Did you? Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
giving him a hard time, and we were just having a
I
lot of
should have
fun.
went
He's a
by
good
there and
kid.
aggravated him. But yeah, he was the Easter Bunny. So Bledsoe County sellers that welcomed visitors for the opening weekend included Smith's Sons Farm, Twisted Sisters, Little Brook Farm, Happily Handmade, Molly B's Nursery, Schreiber's Woodcraft, Crafty Chicks Farm, Whisper Creek Nerd Lab Robotics, Caroline and Company, Mary Ellen's Baked Goods, the Sisters Baked and Canned Goods, Odds and Ends, and Mills Made Crafts. That is a lot of vendors. So
So the sisters
can't ask for a better.
do not go and
Open
buy any of the sisters' fried pies. That way it'll be plenty for me.
For you,
Because they are out of this world.
is that the Twisted Sisters?
They are so good.
What flavor?
They got them all: peach and apple and cherry and yeah, and they're like Mama made. You know,
Oh,
black
wow.
skillet with real Crisco.
We'll have to check that out for sure.
That's how we made ours.
Yeah,
We'll have to check that out for sure.
I shouldn't have said nothing.
Too late
They're
now.
good.
Too late now. Let's see. Let's check up on our breakfast. There's always a breakfast to go to
Or
each Saturday
two.
morning, sometimes two. This weekend, it's going to be at the Veterans Hall.
Yes.
It's going to be from 7 to 10 a.m. Come enjoy biscuits and gravy, ham, sausage, bacon, eggs, hash browns, tomatoes, coffee, milk, and orange juice to drink, and for a donation that goes towards the building maintenance. And this month's breakfast is sponsored by our next door neighbor, Stevens Pharmacy. So that's tomorrow, folks. And we've got some announcements left here by Ethan. Let's see. First, got the first annual, and by the way, volunteers are needed for this event, folks. This is the first annual Bledsoe Beautification Day, Pawpaw. It's sponsored by BTC Fiber and Tennessee Highway Patrol. And it's going to be on April the 23rd and 24th. On the 23rd, it's 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. And the 24th, it's 8 a.m. until 12 p.m. 12 noon, I'm
12
assuming.
noon.
This event will count for Tennessee Promise Hours. Lunch provided each day. Let's see.
It's hot dogs and chips.
Hot dogs, chips, and drinks. Struggling to read the writing there. Hot dogs, chips, and drinks. Meet each morning at the old Century 21 parking lot around BTC's trailer will be set up. For more info, though, or if you'd like to volunteer or suggest cleanup areas, call 447-1411. It's 447-1411. And or you can email valleytv@bledsoe.net. So that, once again, we'll keep telling you about. That's the 23rd and 24th of this month. First annual. And remember, they need volunteers. Also coming soon, folks, it's the big Valley Fest, the BTC Fiber Valley Fest, which is in Dunlap each year. Once again, this year will be on May 1st and 2nd. And let's see, the Saturday headliner is Shenandoah.
Shenandoah.
Awesome. And the Sunday headliner is John Snyder. Awesome.
That's awesome.
Bo Duke.
Yep.
Heck yeah. So that's the headliners for this year, folks. May 1st and 2nd.
That's a great time.
That
That
would be
is
a lot of
long.
fun.
and that's not long at all.
What day is the night?
It's like 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
The website to go to is www.valleyfestonline.com. You can go to their Facebook page. It's Valley Fest Dunlap, Tennessee. And then also, okay, this is some Fall Harvest Festival news. Save the date. The Pikeville Bledsoe Fall Harvest Festival will be on Saturday, October the 2nd. This will be a huge event too, folks. Saturday, October 2nd. It'll be right here in downtown Pikeville. The website for that is pikevillefestival.com. Excuse me. And you can go to their Facebook page. It's also under Pikeville Fall Festival. More details to come on this, though. It's still a ways away, October the 2nd. We'll definitely keep you updated on that because we didn't get to have the Fall Festival this year, so people will be ready for that. I was in the Duncan booth the last time.
I
maybe
remember.
I got a good video of that.
I do
It
remember.
ended up being
It's
all right,
fun.
but man, that
Fun.
water was that water was some cold water. Let me tell you, very, very cold. All right, Pawpaw. Well, since I've done all the announcements, trivia better be easy today.
Well, to me, it's easy. I know the answers.
Maybe I've got some lifelines on there, Daryl. Do
We got some lifelines on
All
Facebook.
right.
That's right.
Well, Facebook Live, folks, feel free.
Please share,
to
share,
help.
share.
That's
All
right.
I've never grown a beard, but
Mhm.
what do you call a pointed beard? Comes to a point.
Ugly.
Not a goatee.
A goatee. A goatee.
Oh, well, yeah.
I would have thought it would have been a goatee, just the center part, like. You know.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know.
I
like I say,
wasn't
it comes
thinking
to
of
a
goatee.
point.
No, I got you.
Your beard comes to a point.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Okay.
To and
Two.
to to and what goes with it? What do you hear people say? Well, I've been to and
From.
not from.
Go.
You got three letters out of from.
Wow, this
I
is
got
a
it.
hard.
To
clue.
and
To and. Lifeline. Anybody?
what?
Fro.
Fro. To and fro.
To and fro.
Oh.
To
I
and
don't.
fro.
I guess I've not heard that saying very much.
Evidently not.
Mm-mm.
I think it's in the Bible, isn't it? To and fro. Maybe. I don't
Let's say it
Um,
is. It's in Revelation 22, I think.
know. Check him out. That's what I'm talking about.
A camper's quarters. Where does a camper stay?
In a tent.
In a tent. Now that was
Oh.
easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
The first two wasn't though.
Scrooge's 3 nighttime visitors were
Oh, on the movie. Well, he's got their ghosts.
ghosts.
Yeah.
They're ghosts.
That's
You
Papa's favorite Christmas movie and book, folks.
And I don't believe in ghosts. The Sunflower State.
Let's see if some more lifeline. Anybody on
Sunflower
Facebook
State
Live?
Facebook.
What is the sunflower state? That should
I've
be
never
multiple
heard that one.
choice.
Has to be a sun.
That should be multiple choice.
It's in
It's
the
sh-
Midwest.
Oh,
Kansas.
boy.
Kansas.
What?
That was a
wow.
total
Wow.
Now this you better get this. You better get this one.
Okay.
Billy the
Kid.
Kid.
Billy
Billy the Kid.
Hey, did you know Billy the Kid? They've got picture and structured evidence that he came to the Mercantile Building when he
In
was
Dunlap.
alive in Dunlap.
Cool.
They're
That's
actually
awesome.
looking at a like
That
a
makes you wonder if he
documentary about it,
Yeah.
about him coming to the valley here.
Makes you wonder if he didn't come through here too.
Hired some
then.
gold.
Yeah.
Well, he was a notorious person in Western lore,
He was.
to say the least.
He might have been everywhere.
He's
too,
got a good
doesn't he?
name though.
Two men fought with swords. So what kind of a fight did they have?
Fencing. Oh, a sword fight. Fencing.
Okay, but that's when you're
That's a
playing.
sport.
That's when you're playing. But if you're fighting with swords,
Mm-hmm.
what do you call the fight? Two men.
Lifeline.
Two men.
Let's see if Facebook Live can help me on this one.
Not so far.
What's
I
it called
think
when
I know
two
it.
men fight with swords? Terrible clue, I know. Just kidding. I'm
I
not
know
really
it.
kidding.
I think.
Okay, can you not give multiple choice every now and then
I hadn't thought of
on
that.
these crazy?
That's a hard one
ones?
to give multiple choice on.
Yeah.
I mean,
A man walks up and slaps another man. He says, "I challenge you to
to
a
a duel.
duel.
duel."
Okay,
A duel.
that was
That's
a
a
better
better.
clue.
That's a better clue.
Okay,
Challenge
I
you to
didn't
a duel.
think of that when I wrote this down, Billy.
I know. I noticed.
Small music maker, similar to a guitar, but it's very small.
A violin.
No, smaller. Mostly in Hawaii.
Oh, ukulele.
Ukulele.
Oh,
Ukulele.
wow. Dang.
You did awful well.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Is that all trivia?
That's all my trivia.
Well,
Well, that was
Unless you want to go to next week's too.
no. Usually,
he can make up some.
I know it. I know it. I'm gonna give him some trivia one day.
Well, the thing about, just think of the word trivia.
Mm-hmm.
That means it's no value at all.
That's what that means, huh?
Trivia.
Trivia.
Wow.
That's
If
good.
something,
I didn't think about that.
if it's something that's trivial, it's not important at all.
My grandson said a word the other day, and I was like, that doesn't sound like a good word. Pot liquor.
Pot liquor.
Pot liquor. Do you know what a pot liquor is?
Not really, no.
I didn't either. And I Googled it, and it said stew on the stove from cooking a broth. It's a broth. Is pot liquor.
Oh,
Well, Google told me. I don't know if that's true or not, but
I'd have never guessed that.
isn't that crazy? Like where you
No,
take a
that
bone or
is-
something, you make a stew out of it.
Yeah.
Ugh. I had to look it up.
I'm sure.
Are you ready?
Well,
for
trivia was pretty short this week, Pawpaw.
Are you ready for sports? Sports will be short too.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on.
Well,
Well, did we talk about the Final Four last week? Probably not.
we got a little bit about the Final Four, but
I would hope so.
basketball is college
After the
basketball is
Final Four,
over.
yeah.
Football's not started.
Right.
You've got spring.
We'll have the NBA playoffs for long, though.
Yeah. Well, now Tennessee they've had half their scrimmage. They're allowed 15 scrimmages,
Okay.
and so I think they've had about close to half of them.
Well, that's good. That's good. Hopefully, they're doing good.
Well,
I'm not going to get my hopes up too high yet, that's for sure.
no, let's don't.
Too many
Let's
people,
don't.
too many people transferred, and with the coaching change, he's going to need that's the problem. We just keep having to start over.
Well, the thing,
for the past 12 years, we've had to start over like
We've
this.
had so many new coaches
That's what I'm
to
talking
learn
about.
their system.
Yeah,
This man, footballs are going to be flying
He is a
all
passing
over the field. He
guru.
is a passing, offense-oriented coach.
which is fun to watch. Now, I will say that's a
But
fun type
you-
of offense to watch.
But can you imagine the pressure he's putting on his defense to defend his system of
Yeah.
offense? Let's hope that the other schools that they'll be playing will have the same problem.
I hope, I hope they do.
Baseball. Because of the changes the governor of Georgia, Kemp, and the
Oh.
lawmakers made, Major League Baseball decided to pull the annual All-Star
That
game
was
out of
a
Atlanta.
terrible decision. Let me tell you, folks, all Georgia did was the right thing. You have to have your voter ID. And if they have a problem with
I
that, then
agree.
there's something wrong.
Well-
That's legal. That's the
Yeah.
way it's supposed to be. And Major League Baseball should stay out of politics.
Amen.
It's that simple.
Well, the reason that I read, the reason that they gave for moving was because of pressure exerted by Coca-Cola
Exactly.
and by Home Depot
Delta Airlines.
and Delta Airlines. Those were the three main objectors.
And even though I'm drinking a Coke, I don't agree with them. All those companies should stay out of it. Once again, it's not their place to get into politics like that. It's none of their business. It really isn't.
Well,
it's ridiculous.
They were the companies putting up the money, and so they decided they would exert that pressure.
because
So it's because of the shaming that you can do on
That's
Facebook
all
and
it is.
on now and
It's
they
political
say
pressure. That's
political
all it
pressure.
is.
Sure it is.
Of course, Denver,
Amazon's one of the big ones too. By the way.
Denver gained the spot. It will be at Coors Field.
Oh, Major League Baseball is taking a big hit for this too. Trust me, they're taking a big hit for this, and people are not happy about this.
Well, I wonder the power of boycotting would be manifest in if you gathered people together and they said let's boycott Coca-Cola. That means Pepsi sales would go skyrocketing.
Well, I think Georgia is considering doing that. Some places in Georgia is
It's
not
just
selling
about crushed
Coca-Cola.
NASCAR. NASCAR is really, they're down 50% from what I understand.
A lot of
Their
these
sales.
companies, they need to
don't
learn their
understand.
lesson. They're taking huge hits business wise when they get involved. It's not their place to get involved in this. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. It don't matter at the end of the day. So what? They want you to have your voter ID. That's legal. We're all supposed to do that. So it's ridiculous. It really is.
anyway, that's one thing I wanted to report on.
Well, that's a very controversial. It was a big. It's a big
week.
deal.
It is big. There's no telling, economically speaking,
Oh man.
the impact that's going to make on Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. That's why they're so upset, and they didn't even do anything wrong. I mean, I can understand if there's something, if there was something done wrong, but you're doing something legal. People are supposed to have their IDs when they vote. So tell me what they did wrong to deserve this.
Well, I think Major League Baseball listened to the sponsors.
I think they did too.
I do too.
And I think it could come back to bite them.
And so really what that is saying is money talks.
Exactly.
Right.
Money talks.
I don't like it when corporations and companies like that get involved in politics. It's not their place to do that. We don't care what Coke and Delta Airlines and all them think. We don't care what they think about politics. Just do your job and stay out of politics, It's ridiculous.
But we do want to have the All-Star game.
Yeah, they'll have it in Colorado though. Denver is going to get to host it, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Basketball. Oh, by the way, in baseball, the Braves are 2-4.
How's your Dodgers?
They're on top. 5-2. 5-2. But basketball.
I knew that was coming, folks.
Last weekend, South Carolina ended their season.
In women's, let's clarify.
In the women.
Mm-hmm.
By losing to Stanford. It was a nail biter. I'm telling you that.
Game.
That was a game.
It was a great
66 to 65.
Yeah.
Wow.
Could not have been any closer.
And of course, Stanford went on to win the national championship.
Then on Sunday, Stanford and Arizona fought it out.
It was a great game too.
That was at the Alamo Dome.
Yeah.
And that was a 54-53 game.
It was close too, and that's Stanford's third national championship. She's the all-time winningest coach now.
After
Tara
29
Vanderveer.
long years, Stanford was on top of the world.
Yeah, it had been 29 years since they last won the championship. But also, we can't forget though, in the Final Four, the reason Arizona made the championship game is because they beat UConn, and I loved every second of it.
I didn't mention that one.
That was so much fun to watch.
But we
If
had
you're a Tennessee fan, you don't like UConn, that's for sure.
it's not UConn, it's their
It's
coach.
their coach. That's right. It's Gino. It's Gino.
Gino.
And they got outplayed in that game.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's as close as the score indicated. Arizona really just outplayed them.
They sure did.
I was glad to see it. Very glad to see it.
In the men's showdown,
Oh man, that's
Baylor
crazy.
had made the semis 71 years ago.
I know.
And so Baylor got to the final two by getting rid of Houston, and they didn't have any trouble with them.
No, that one wasn't that close, but the next game was
And then
a great game. Gonzaga.
got by UCLA by the skin of the teeth.
Literally.
It was in overtime, desperation three-pointer, and it went in
I
from
cannot believe
center court.
I can't believe he made that shot.
I can't. 93-90. That's the highest scoring game that I watched.
Yeah, that was the Gonzaga UCLA game was the best. That was the game of the tournament. It was literally the game of the tournament.
So then Baylor takes on
Gonzaga
and Gonzaga
had nothing left in the tank.
They looked like they were outclassed.
They were, but they come out flat, and I can tell you,
Oh, flat.
I knew they were going to lose. At first 2-3 minutes, I knew Gonzaga was going to lose because the energy was completely gone.
It was gone. 86-70, though, that's not indicative of how good a team Zags are.
It's a shame that it's a shame that they were so tired, but I had a feeling they would be from that UCLA game. They didn't have nothing left in the tank, Papa.
Well,
it was 9-0 before you blinked in that game.
It was a good tournament.
It was.
It was a good.
So that means Baylor won the championship. Is that their first one ever?
Yeah, I think
in the
so.
Men, so
Yeah.
and you said it's been 71 years since they made the Final Four.
Yeah.
So Stanford's
71
29 years is nothing compared to that, is it?
In football.
What's the report in football? Let's hear this.
No, not football. This is more basketball.
Okay.
Keon Johnson
Yeah.
opted for the draft.
Oh, did he now?
Springer
Great.
already had.
I was afraid this would happen.
Jaden Springer had already announced he was putting his name in the portal
I knew
to be
that
drafted. Well, then Keon Johnson decided he'd do the same. That's your number one and number two scoring punches of this past season.
That is not good.
That's an average of 25 or 26 points a game gone.
Man,
and they were just freshmen.
And they were just freshmen. I was hoping they'd come
I
back.
thought that was at Kentucky where you were one and done.
Usually so. Usually not at Tennessee. And I hope that we're getting a good recruiting class.
Well, one of the Auburn players, his name was Justin Powell. He's 6'6", and he shoots 43.2% of his three-point attempts. He has transferred to Tennessee.
Oh, well,
So
we'll take him.
That sounds good.
I'll have to start looking into how they're doing in recruiting, though, because he's done well recruiting wise so far while he's been coach of Tennessee.
And then golf. This week the Masters is going on, and the azaleas are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
They are beautiful. Yesterday
And
was
where's that being played at, by the way?
Augusta.
Yeah, in Georgia. So I commend the Masters for not caving to the pressure and keeping the event in Georgia.
I like that, Billy.
Yeah.
Justin Rose
Mm-hmm.
played yesterday, and he wound up with a 4-point shot advantage after the end of the day. And today, when I left home, he was still sitting at 7 under par. He was even for today, but he was 7 under par yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But
So he's winning.
The other golfers are getting closer, though.
Okay.
Today's a better day for all the players. Today's a better day.
How long does the tournament last, Papa?
Through Sunday.
Through Sunday. Okay.
Through Sunday. And the winner will have pockets somewhere around $2 million.
Oh my goodness.
At least that much, yeah.
They thought Jordan Spieth would be the favorite because he won the Texas Open last weekend. But
Had the momentum.
He's not there.
He's not.
No. Well, he's there, but he's not
Might
doing.
as well not be.
He's not playing like he did last week. But that's all the sports I have.
All right. Well, that's it for sports. Coming up after the break, folks, it'll be time for some good old Albertology. That's coming up next right here on the Albert and Billy Show. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to dunlapmercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
I'll take care of lunch today, Dylan. Oh, doggone, I lost my debit card.
Hey, use that new Mountain Valley Bank app we got. You know, Card Valet. You can freeze your card so nobody can use it till you find it.
That's a good idea, Dylan. Where was the last place I used my debit card?
I don't know. Hurry up. I can't stay until I hear error. I feel like I'm doing the mannequin challenge. I'm gonna end up with lockjaw. Thank God.
The app freezes my debit card, Dylan, not you.
Oh.
You can buy a used car, you can buy a used truck. Come on down to Victory Pre-Owned and trade us in your old junk. Get yourself a brand new ride. We handle all the financing inside. At Victory Pre-Owned, we'll do our best to make it right. Come on down to Victory Pre-Owned.
Alright, welcome back folks to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV and BTC Fiber YouTube and also Facebook Live today. Hello Facebook world out there. Thanks for watching today. And now it is time for some Albertology, Papa. Good old Albertology is what I always call it.
I want to ask you a question, Billy, seriously.
Oh Lord.
Did you ever think you'd be on TV?
I never
Seriously.
really thought about it. No, I never thought about it. You're right.
I can remember when we didn't even have a radio.
And I've been telling you, thanks for all the messages, I guess is what we could call it. Papa doesn't get on the computer, so I have to tell him about it. But got some nice messages from a lady in Ireland and a guy from Italy this week that's enjoying our show. So thank you guys
Italy?
for watching. Yeah.
Wow.
That's why you need to learn how to use that computer.
Well, I need to learn. I need to learn how to talk to him in Italian.
Right. Well, he knew English.
Yeah, they use English, don't they?
He knew English. But it's amazing. Get a lot of letters from different countries and stuff. So we appreciate that. Keep watching, folks.
This couple went to China to adopt a child.
Mm-hmm.
And so they got a baby just a few days old.
Mm-hmm.
And when they got back to North Carolina, they stopped at the college there in their town to take Chinese language.
Mm-hmm.
And so the
That'd be
people
hard
that
to
were
learn.
conducting the interview said, why do you necessarily want to study the language of the Chinese people? They said, well, we just adopted a Chinese baby.
Yeah.
We want to be able to talk Chinese. I'm sure that baby will learn whatever.
Even though exactly. He would know English. He's gonna know whatever they teach.
He got both of us on
Godzilla and Kong. Have you seen that over the weekend?
Oh, man.
Godzilla and Kong.
Godzilla versus Kong. I have not.
You
It's
didn't know
new.
about that?
No, it must have done really well.
Well, the opening since Wednesday over the weekend, they did $48.5 million. That's the best
too
any
shabby.
movie has done during the pandemic.
I'm sure. I can't believe I've not even seen that advertised or nothing. but
You know it?
I've not
seen that.
somehow.
That's the Monster Mash. You remember that
would
song?
be- yeah, yeah. We play that every Halloween.
They only released this new film, this smasher, in 3,000 theaters because 40% of the theaters are not even open yet.
Right.
Plus, simultaneously to it being opened in theaters, it was being streamed live in the homes.
Right. Yeah.
And still, they grossed $48.5 million.
That's good. That's real good.
Globally, those two characters grossed $120.1 million.
That's a great opening weekend, is what you call that. That's a tremendous opening weekend.
In 2 weeks, they have grossed $285.4 million on two animals. Not even
that don't even exist.
They don't even
Monsters.
don't have to pay them.
So I guess it's Godzilla versus King Kong, right?
Yeah, they only cost them $160 million to produce the movie.
I wonder who wins. I guess we'll have to watch it to find out, won't we?
Well, I'm not going to watch it.
Or it could be like they done a Freddy versus Jason years ago, and it's kind of a tie.
Both of them just walk away.
Yeah, it's kind of a tie. So they could, I guess, they could do another one at some point.
If the other theaters had all been open, it would have easily grossed over $500 million.
I would say
hard to
so.
believe. That's hard to believe.
Yeah, and it'll probably have a good a few weeks. I'd say usually when they start out that strong.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably be the #1 movie for 2 or 3 more weeks, I would say.
I would like to think that some more of the theaters will start opening.
They need to. They need to.
Well,
especially, people getting their vaccines and stuff. So, yeah, it's time to start living again.
I talked a little bit about Ernest Hemingway last week.
Mm-hmm.
There's another article about Ernest Hemingway in the paper this week.
Mm-hmm.
His widow, Mary Hemingway, got in touch with Kennedy's widow, Jackie, before she... they had the JFK library.
Okay.
And Mary Hemingway went to Jackie and said, I've got all this paraphernalia that my husband collected, all of his works. I would like to have somewhere to put it for safekeeping and where it would benefit most people. Would you let me put it in the JFK library? And Jackie said yes.
Awesome.
Some of the books that I have read of his, the one I enjoyed the most was The Old Man and the Sea.
I've heard of it.
He's best known for Whom the Bell Tolls and For
Heard
the
of
Sun
that.
Also Rises. He was in World War I, and he was great at fishing. He enjoyed bullfighting, and he was an adventurer. I think I told you last week he caught 7 marlins in one day.
Yeah, I remember you saying that now.
And he also had 2 plane crashes in one day, and 2 days.
That, yeah.
And then
how could I forget that? That's crazy.
In one of those, they couldn't find him for a while, and so they printed that he had died, so he got to read his own obituary.
Ain't that something? That's crazy.
But when I read The Old Man and the Sea, after they had documentaries for 5th, 6th, and 7th on television. These documentaries were worked up by two different people that had access to those archives in the JFK library. And most all of his works on those three, The Sun Also Rises, and For Whom the Bell Tolls, and The Old Man in the Sea, were merely reflections of his life and things that went on in his life. And so when he writes The Old Man and the Sea, this old man goes out and hooks a big marlin. And the marlin pulls him out way beyond safety.
Yeah.
And it took him days to get back to the bait, to home. But he finally gets the fish wore down, and he brings it in, and it's as long as the boat. He ties the fish to the side of his boat, and then begins rowing back to home.
Ooh,
on the way back in, sharks nip at the food off that fish. And when he gets to the bank, there's no more meat left. They have stripped the and
probably helped him out though.
And these people are saying that was him saying that's the way society has done me.
Ooh.
And he commits suicide at 61.
Kind of like Coca-Cola and what we were talking about a minute ago. Aren't they kind of just taking little bites of everybody? That's what it feels like.
Well, they are with that.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, they need to stay out of all that.
But when he
interesting,
he had about 4 wives.
It's crazy that you survive 2 plane crashes in 2 days, which is unheard of, by the way, and then you kill yourself. That's how you go out.
Well, he was an alcoholic, and he wound up with an 18-year-old girl. He's 61. He winds up the last woman in his life, but his wife never does leave him. But he has an 18-year-old girl. That
he must have been her sugar daddy.
All I can say is no thanks.
Must have been a sugar daddy.
Well, an 18-year-old girl.
Well, he was famous too. I'm sure that's why she was with him
famous.
too. Yeah.
He was really. They said in this article that probably he was the greatest writer in the 20th century.
Well,
greatest American writer.
I'd say so. I mean, when you think of writers, that's one of the first ones that comes to mind.
All right, today is the 9th day of April.
Yeah.
On the 3rd day of April, you had 4, 3, 2, 1. April the 3rd of 21. This couple had been married for a year, or for a good while. They got married 10, 10, 20.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool too.
So when this came along, they thought, this is neat. And we had a restricted wedding because of the pandemic. So they decided to have their wedding over and have it 4, 3, 2, 1. And it caught on. A lot of people decided to go ahead and marry on 4, 3, 2, 1 instead of waiting and doing it later.
Well, because it's so unique.
It would be once in a lifetime.
Exactly. And be easy to remember.
I chose 4th of July. I'll never forget that one.
Exactly.
I have a card that Vicky made me take because a certain business in town wouldn't take a check on me. I'm not going to tell who that is.
But
you know who you are. But take a check on Albert Roberts.
That's pretty bad.
So
I would say they need to be both boycotted.
Vicky said, "Daddy, let me just issue you a debit card."
Oh,
there you go.
So and so she said, when you go over there to that place of business, then you can use this card.
There you go.
So I did. So I had to come up with a pen name or a date or something.
Don't tell
PIN number,
Don't tell
but do not say it, please.
So I put in there the day and the month and the year that Carolyn and I were married.
Okay,
you just told it.
And that's enough information right there.
Do you think I'll ever forget that?
No, you won't. Enough about that.
So, yeah.
We're not going to make that public.
Money. How did people buy things before money became?
I guess they
available?
Traded and what was it called?
They bartered.
Bartered. Yeah.
You would say, "I've got vegetables here. I'd like to have some of your shells."
Right.
Or
they had to use the barter system.
They had to use the barter system, and I would say that people in some countries are still doing that.
Probably, I'm sure. Especially poor countries.
About coins appeared in 700 BC in Turkey.
Oh,
That's the first time coins
I did not
came
know
on
that.
the scene.
Wow.
Paper currency appears in the 9th century in China, but it
Okay.
lost its value and didn't show up again until the 17th century. What gives money its value today? In the United States, how much money you got in your billfold and how much is it worth? What gives it value? If you pull out a
no.
$20 bill, what makes you think that $20 bill is worth $20?
I mean, I know what you're saying, but I don't know the answer.
Nothing. There's
okay,
nothing to guarantee you. Now, the gold standard
I
used
was
to be
about
in
to say
existence.
that, yeah.
Okay, but it disappeared 90 years ago.
Yeah, that changed it.
Yeah.
So now it's only worth what the government says it is, and the measuring stick they use is the stock market.
Yeah, that's a whole other subject we can get into about how it depreciates over time and things.
I've never
It's
seen
crazy.
inflation like it's happened the last year.
It's
Never in my
crazy.
life, in my 61 years, I've never seen inflation increase the last 2 years. Also,
Well, you know, the cost of
Or
living
the
and
last
everything,
1 year for
everything goes up, but people aren't making more money, so it's ridiculous.
When Carol and I got married, gas was 27 cents a gallon.
yeah,
Wow.
You could buy a candy bar, good sized candy bar, for a nickel.
sure.
Those were the good old days, I always tell
Buy a
you.
pound of bologna for 50 cents.
But you worked and made for a whole week.
You didn't make
you
as
made
much.
like $1.50.
Yeah.
Okay, so Celebrity Sign. This is by Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
Celebrity Sign. The most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to do.
Good advice. Good
Try
advice.
to inspire people so that they, don't you know he wanted his best for that little 13-year-old girl of his?
Oh, I know. That's sad. I still can't believe he's gone. And she was going to be a
She was gonna be
basketball
a
star
star.
too.
She was going to be a star.
Colleges were already recruiting her at 13.
Well, and he was proud to have a daughter that wanted to learn.
Yeah,
And so that's big deal for them to go on that trip.
I know it. I still can't believe that.
Do you ever watch Audie Murphy in a Western?
Apparently not. So I've never heard of it.
Audie Murphy was a celebrity that came back here from the war, and he cashed in on his popularity by becoming a movie star.
Well,
And
that's
if
smart.
you watch, Marvin could tell you, Grit TV, Audie Murphy.
There you go. Yeah.
I would say tonight or tomorrow night, automatically there would be an Audie Murphy Western on.
Oh, okay. So he's in a bunch of westerns then. I
But
take it.
when he was in the military, this is what he said: "I was scared before every battle. That old instinct of self-preservation is a pretty basic thing. You wanted to protect yourself,
Oh, yeah.
stay alive,
Yeah, makes sense.
hide, not run away, not run away." Charles Schwab. Now you've heard of Charles Schwab.
I have.
He's a big investor.
Right.
He says the way to develop the best that is in a person is by appreciation and encouragement.
I agree with that. I agree with
Belittling
that.
people never does do any good for them.
It does.
Belittling people.
And it curses you.
And it's like, I know it's like, does it make you feel better about yourself to say
Ask-
something like that?
Ask Marilyn.
Ask
Yes,
Marilyn.
ask
There's
Marilyn.
a supposed smartest woman in the world. Oh, Marilyn.
Well,
Remember that?
her name is Marilyn Voss Savant.
What a name.
VOS in little letters. VOS.
Possible.
Voss Savant.
Good Lord, I'm glad
The
we just
question
call
is
Ask
asked.
Marilyn.
The question is asked: is it possible to catch an illness from using the pens used for digital signatures in restaurants or pharmacies? Like go to Stanford's down here, and when I bought a prescription down there today.
You mean to sign it?
And I used the pen that was there.
Okay.
Nowadays they make you take the pen with you at the doctor's office.
Oh.
It's yours.
She says, yes, if live germs are present and you touch your mouth or your nose or your eyes before the germs die, those much used pens are no different from elevator buttons or handles on grocery carts or anything. My suggestion then to you is to always carry your own ballpoint pen. What do I carry, Billy?
He does it, folks. Papa's always got a pen. Always got a pen.
The most...
He's always that.
Smart.
Always.
But he's got a pocket knife too.
The most stressed states.
The most stressed
And
states.
the number one stressor is money problems.
Ooh.
Of course.
In all states.
Of course.
But the COVID-19 pandemic was in first place last year, but
I'm sure.
it slipped to second. It's money.
Yeah.
But here's your top 10 states for being... For stress. And they used 41 indicators, but they checked all 50 states.
Okay, let's hear them.
These things are what keeps people from not getting a good night's sleep.
Right.
Things that stress people out. Nevada is first. Why would Nevada be first?
There's like 30 people that
Las
live in
Vegas.
Nevada.
Well, you got Las Vegas there, though.
People losing money.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Louisiana's number 2.
New Orleans.
Too much shrimp.
New Mexico.
food.
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Mrs. Bounds told me that, Albert, at some point in your life you need to move to Mexico.
Yeah, to Mexico. Yeah,
Not New Mexico.
Yeah,
New
they had
Mexico.
a beautiful place down in Mexico.
West Virginia. We were coming
Beautiful
through West
state,
Virginia
though.
one evening,
Mm-hmm.
and we came to a little town, and it was the hometown of Jerry West.
Oh, really?
It had a big billboard on that side of the town that said the hometown of Jerry West. Do you know on the NBA player's profile, that player that's driven?
Yeah, that's him, isn't
That's
it?
Jerry West.
I thought so. West Virginia is a pretty place, though. I've been
It
there a
is
few
pretty.
times.
It's
It's
pretty.
nice.
It's cold country.
Rolling
but
mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi is number 5.
Okay.
Oklahoma.
Well, you got Biloxi there.
Yeah.
Gambling. Losing money there, too.
I didn't go to Biloxi, but
I've been to Biloxi.
Eddie Klein and Betty
Tunica.
put us. They
where
put
you went.
Yeah, we were in Biloxi. They went down to
Oh,
Tunica.
okay. Okay.
They went down to Tunica that night, and we bought us a newspaper when they went and left to go gamble.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked up the newspaper, and the first thing that I read was they had a sting the night before,
Oh, yeah.
and they had arrested 21 people drunk because we were there in June. 20 some odd people had been killed coming back to Biloxi from Tunica on that one stretch of highway.
God.
Bravo.
And
Drunk.
they're
Drunk.
pretty
Oh,
far
drunk.
away from each
Oh.
other.
You don't have to pay for the drinks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Biloxi's a nice place, too, though.
Tennessee's number 7.
I can't believe
Dang,
it.
I didn't want us to be on there, but
California's
I'm not surprised.
number 8.
Why would you be stressful in
I was not the least bit stressed when I was in Cali. It's the
I don't
best
think people
weather
worry about
ever.
anything in
I
California.
know.
But now let's have a good friend of mine that called me last night and called me the night before.
Oh, yeah.
He
yeah.
lives in Palmdale, California.
I know it.
And I'm not going to tell you what he says is going on out there, but
Mhm.
he says there's things that stress him.
I'm sure.
He's my
I'm
age,
sure.
by the
Yeah.
way.
Mhm.
Most anything can stress anybody 86 years old.
Well, they
Seen a
have
lot
gone
of
through some
changes there,
things.
Albert.
Oh,
You've seen a lot of changes.
I'm tickled to death, though, that the church doesn't know hell am I get to still teach.
There you go.
Kentucky is number 9 and Texas is number 10.
Wow.
I hate that list. I don't like it. I discredit it. No.
That's right.
All right, it's joke time.
Joke time. Well, all right. We knew that talking about stress.
Yeah.
My wolfhound puppy was 6 months old and 100 pounds
Good.
when his
mess.
trainer taught him to fetch in a large veterinary clinic lobby.
That is one big pup.
The trainer would tell him to get the ball
Yeah.
and reward him when he returned with it.
Okay.
He repeated this several times. Remember, he weighs 100 pounds.
I know, that's a big old puppy.
He then threw the ball 20 feet. It rebounded down a long corridor. The trainer said, "Fetch," and the puppy ran after it and returned 5 minutes later carrying a walker with 2 tennis balls on his legs. He brought back a ball.
He sure did.
This is true. This is a true story.
Well, sometimes they're the best ones, the ones that are true.
I had just awakened after a 12-hour surgery. Eddie Albert was
I've done
operated
that.
on 10 and a half hours. 10
Yeah.
and a half hours. This man, I was awakened after a 12-hour surgery to repair my brain aneurysm. That's what got Roy Davis's wife, Louise.
Yeah,
She's in a wheelchair the rest of her
I
life.
know it.
Standing over me after I had awakened, my wife said, "They could not fix it, honey." The brain surgeon standing next to her replied, "Your aneurysm was too large. We did the best we could. I don't know how much time we bought you, but live life to the fullest." Smiling at them, I said, "Well, at least I didn't die." And the surgeon grinned and said, "You just wouldn't die. This is 16 years later."
Wow, that's amazing. That's not the least bit funny.
Hey,
but
lady.
it's amazing.
I don't know what she's wanting.
I've got to call her here after a while.
No.
Yes, he is. Feisty as ever.
Look mighty fine today.
That's right, tell him.
Astronomers got
Now, is this a joke or not? Because that
these
last
are
one.
jokes.
Oh, because the last one was not a joke. It was
Well,
a good
that-
statement, but
That
it's not
came-
funny.
That
wasn't
came out
funny.
of Reader's Digest.
Mm.
I don't get a Reader's Digest anymore. Emily
I think they
quit.
quit making them, didn't they?
I don't know. Emily quit bringing them to me.
Come on, Emily, we need some Reader's Digest.
Astronomers got tired of watching the moon go around the Earth every 24 hours, so
Right.
they just called it a day.
Called it a day.
I like that.
What do you call someone with no body or nose?
With no body. Wait, what? No body or no nose?
What do you call somebody with no body or nose?
Anybody on Facebook Live know that one? This is going to be like.
There's no way.
Nobody knows.
Dang it!
Nobody knows.
Dang it!
That's like, what do you call someone that goes swimming with no arms? Bob.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
bad. Sorry, that's terrible.
An astronaut refused to return to Earth to see his girlfriend. He said he needed more space.
Oh,
I like that one.
What's sexually transmitted and has a 100% death rate?
I don't know.
Life.
Oh,
that's true.
yeah, yeah. It wasn't funny.
That
at
one's
all,
hard to
but sure.
accept, but yeah.
Why does Peter Pan always fly?
Peter Pan, he does always fly, don't he?
I thought that was.
Peter Pan always fly. Why does he always fly?
Because he never lands.
Ooh. I see
just-
why you just paid $1 for that book.
I just burned 2,000 calories. That's the last time I've taken that while my brownies are in the I've done that.
Just burn your brownies.
I've done that. I've had to throw brownies out.
Oh. Don't ever throw them out. Just bring them me burnt. I don't care.
I know they're so good, and I don't even like brownies. But
I like
if
it.
one thing
police-
Papa does well, folks, he can cook some dang good brownies.
Rooster and Nancy brought me a big bowl of potato soup and some cornbread and a loaf of
Sound-
zucchini bread.
Ooh, that's good stuff.
Sounds
The police
good.
came to my house and asked me where I was between 3 and 5. I said I was in preschool.
I don't think that would work.
I don't think it would either.
My daughter screeched, "Dad, you haven't listened to one word I've said, have you?" What a strange way to start a conversation with me.
No kidding. I just now kind of got the preschool thing. Like, he was meaning like 3 or 5 years old. He was in preschool. Okay.
They won't know where he was between 3 and 5 in the afternoon.
Right.
I thought that's pretty smart. I was in preschool.
Yeah, that was.
I just sent a text to my girlfriend Ruth. This is Albert, and told her that it's over between us. Now I'm ruthless.
Oh yeah.
That,
There's an emergency text.
We're in danger of.
That's it. Oh wow.
See, we shouldn't have bragged about it not happening before the first one.
interviewer said to this person,
let's let this man shut up for a minute.
It might be important.
Yeah. Well, it's
a tornado hit Crossville yesterday.
Yeah.
And tore it up. Yes.
I did. I was kind of worried it was going to come here, but it didn't.
I think Cookville. No, not Cookville. Somewhere over towards Nashville, pretty hard. That's all flat area. It's just
that's why they get hit.
Well, Crossville is right on top of the plateau.
Yeah, and it's just flat. So that's the reason they always get whopped. Pretty hard. Did you hear about the?
We're between the two mountains, and that's why it don't happen much here.
The king passed away. The king of England passed away last night.
Prince.
Yeah, the prince. Prince, yes. Albert. I think his name's Albert, isn't it?
Oh no,
Prince.
Isn't he Monaco?
Albert or Philip one?
Philip.
I don't know.
Philip. It's Philip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this will be my last one. The interviewer said, "What is your greatest weakness?" I said, "Honesty." Well, the interviewer said, "I don't think that's a weakness." I said, "Well, I don't care what you think."
Best one.
Brutally honest. I like that one. I like that, Papa.
I don't care what you think.
That's right.
And you know, there's a good percentage of people that don't care what you think.
That is true. That is true. I was going to look for the birthday winners list, but I don't. Do you see that anywhere?
Birthday winners. That's not it, is it?
No. Well, I won't have to do it. I'll have to remember to do that next week for sure. The birthdays.
You better.
Yeah. People are liking us doing that, so we'll continue to do that for sure.
Well, my birthday is February the 17th. I hope I'm still around. So I'm not going to go ahead and wish me happy birthday.
You will be. Oh, I think we might have missed an announcement here. So I guess let's see.
Well, that's going to make Ethan happy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's one he left or not, but let's see. April.
No, he didn't leave that.
Yeah. It is a. Is there a new charity Baptist church?
I don't know.
I can't read the writing that good, so we'll save that for next time because I want to make sure that I'm able to read the writing better than that. But anyway, that's it for Albertology, and that is it for this episode of the Albert and Billy Show. As always, thanks for joining us today, listening to us on WUAT Radio, and watching on Channel 18, BTC Fiber TV, and also YouTube. Like I said, don't forget, go subscribe on BTC Fiber YouTube page. And also thank you guys for joining us today on Facebook Live. We appreciate you playing along on the trivia too. Got me a few lifelines now. I like that. The more the better. So we appreciate that. And we'll see you guys next week for another edition of the Albert and Billy Show. So long, folks.
See you later, folks.
Hey, folks. Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks, everybody, for watching.